Jetzt machen wir New York unsicher. Mit dem größten Schachspieler aller Zeiten und dem Business-Guru der neuen Medien.
Known as the professional chess player, the 13th world chess champion, and in the last few years, I'm also involved in what we call politics in Russia, so I'm fighting to restore democracy in my country. So I did many other things as well, but probably they are not as important as the first two I mentioned.
I was a bit hesitant because it's not just to be part of another program, so that I thought about a worthy partner for the conversation. Then I just, I spoke to Dasha, and she said, Peter, of course. He is extremely intelligent, very broad area of interests, always wants to make the difference. He is one of the probably most successful entrepreneurs of his generation. He is very aggressively investing. He looks for the future.
We're joined right now by Peter Thiel. He's with Clarion Management. Peter, you have so many different things that you could talk about that I don't even know where to start. You were one of the co-founders of PayPal. You took and cashed out of that, and then you invested in a lot of different internet companies, including being one of the very early investors in Facebook. As an investor, where do you look around the globe? Where do you find the best opportunities?
A lot of themes have been played out. This is the difficult reality. Emerging markets is done, housing is done. Sort of financial derivatives are kind of done. Technology is one that I still like, although in some ways that got pretty exhausted in the 90s boom, and it's going to probably take many years for that to really come back.
Ich kenne ihn schon als Schachweltmeister seit 1984, als ich im Gymnasium Schach spielte. Aber dann habe ich ihn erstmal hier in New York getroffen vor ein paar Jahren. Wir sind Freunde geworden und haben über so vielen verschiedenen Themen gesprochen und Unterhaltungen gehabt. Und ist wirklich ein sehr intelligenter Renaissance-Typ.
We're working on a book with a tentative title, The World of Fake Values, and we're arguing that, contrary to the conventional wisdom, the human race now goes through the slowest development in technologies, because in the last 30 years we have not seen a breakthrough technology at the pace we saw it before. I think during our conversation today we'll be touching this subject, because that's what brought us together. The concern about the current state of affairs in economy and in technology.
Peter. Gary. Peter, how are you doing? Good seeing you.
Good seeing you.
Oh.
Yeah, maybe we should take this.
Sit down.
Yes, sit down. Dasha made this.
Good.
A little bit of food.
Very cool.
Yeah, very cool. Dasha cannot escape.
Yes. So what have you been doing?
3 days I was in San Francisco, so it was a Palantir on Google.
What did people at Google think of your technology thesis?
We didn't go that far. We didn't go that far because...
You were nervous to talk to them about the failure of technology.
I was, and actually we stopped short of me just covering this because they had about an hour and 5 minutes.
Yes.
For the whole program. First half an hour it was about, you know, the blue, chess, computers, yes. And I concentrated on decision-making and the how life imitates chess. So we were almost there.
Is there a new challenge that can inspire us to create machines that are truly intelligent?
Yeah, because practical chess was solved by, you know, a simple increase in brute force of calculation. So there was no need to look for another pass, you know, just to make intelligent machines. But I believe that chess is a unique playing field to look for the combination of the machine's power and a human's abilities. So it's like, you know, to solve the Moravec's paradox, you know, so because it's exactly, you know, what happens, you know, we are good at something that machines are bad at, and vice versa.
Well, it was, you know, it was the case at PayPal that we found that you needed this human-computer combination to solve the fraud problems, and this is sort of, and so I think it has been very underexplored as an approach.
Oh yeah, absolutely, and it's just the example I brought to Googlers is it was very natural. So why not to maximize the effect of the search by adding, you know, a tiny element of human not intuition but visualization. Great reservations.
The Google ideology is that computers will replace humans in the next 20 years, 30 years.
It's a bit odd because certain things you can do very quickly. Yeah, if you accept that, you know, man plus machine, you know, is a solution.
Anybody in the technology industry finds it very hard to talk about the failure of technology because the question of technology is this incredibly important question for our whole civilization. Everything has been predicated and geared towards ever-improving technology. You know, the credit crisis, credit worked as long as the future would be better, and you could borrow money against the future. If the future was better, you could pay it off. And so our whole civilization is implicitly based on technology, and to question technology is probably the most sacred of the taboos. And of course, you can speak about the chess thing. In some ways, you would be used as the exhibit of, see, if even the smartest person in the world could be beaten by computers at chess, then computers will surely beat people at everything.
But Google is quite powerful to have their own view.
Yes, yes. Good.
So, and now we have a chance to look at the Columbia lab, yeah?
Very cool. Is that the next stop is the robotics lab?
There, yes, robotics lab, so we can continue our conversation.
You know, there is sort of this worry that even though you have a lot of talented people, the people who are the most successful in science are actually the politicians.
Oh, yeah.
That, it is the politicians that are running the research budgets and that are running the universities. Well, people don't ask what the money is being spent on.
Oh, yeah. Now they don't want to ask because they know question. They know the answer.
You know, I was talking to a senior official in the Obama administration, and you know, one of the people asked him, so you know, if you were able to just decide what to do, what would you spend the money? You know, what sorts of projects would you do? What would you be doing? And the answer was, well, you know, Obama's not really socialist. He doesn't have any ideas like that. He doesn't, you know, and it's not. There's nothing specific, substantive that people want to spend the money on. People really don't know what to do.
Nobody wants to say no to free money. Yeah?